Hello everyone, this is my first video on the channel here. Just gonna walk you through what I do to get the recordings of me landing from the window view and the external view of the aircraft as I'm coming in. So, what I use is, I use this software here called SkyDolly. So what it does, it's a bit like the flight recorder in Microsoft Flight Simulator, but it just works better. When you replay any time lapse, it stores them in a much handier way. Well, depending on what aircraft you're flying. Tells you a lot more about the flight, duration, all that, and it sets the weather. So say you started recording and you were landing in rain, and then you wanted to go and record that landing later on, but the conditions had changed. In the flight recorder, you'd have to change the weather manually through this weather page here, whereas with SkyDolly, I'm pretty sure, don't quote me on this, that all the weather does load. So if I load up this replay here for me landing earlier on this afternoon, you can see starting my recording up in the sky just before my arrival. So I can fast forward down to the runway. As you can see, well, you do have to set a couple of flings up in the aircraft to make it more realistic. So obviously here everything wasn't all set up. I set it up now. Try and get as close as you can to how it was during arrival. So well, I certainly try and aim to do that. So it just looks better. So for the camera views, if I just fast forward to touchdown, right here, and then go to showcase. And these two, track IR and drone lock mode, I turn them on, and then drone follow mode I turn off. I bring it around to the side of the aircraft, then zoom out a bit. Well, go away from the aircraft, and then I use this zoom here to, and you turn drone lock mode off to pan the camera about so you've got the whole aircraft in frame. And once you've done that, you click that back on, and then you can, that's the external view sorted. So some aircraft, the gear will be visible from miles and miles away, as you can see in the A350. I don't know why they're retracting. Yeah, they don't show up. Same way if you've got the PNG 737. I don't know if it's for the 777 as well. I don't have that one, but I know the gear certainly don't appear until very late on, as you've probably seen in a couple of videos. But eventually, there we are. Yeah, the gear comes into view, and then let's just set it back a couple seconds. And click play. That's playing now, and you can see not touching a single thing, and the aircraft is doing what I did earlier on in flight. That issue with the brakes on the A350 is a bit annoying, but I don't know how to fix that. Some aircraft, the reversers will come out. You have to set them manually though, with the throttle quadrant or whatever. Other aircraft, they just don't show up at all on external view, unfortunately. Same with the flaps of the Phoenix planes. I know they don't show up. Oh, it's speed brakes. It's one or the other. So as you can see, that's going to stop, and job's a good one. Now, the other one is the window views. So we're going to the cockpit here. I've already got them set up. So if I click keybinds 1, 2, 3, 4 on my keyboard, it pans around the cabin. But some of you won't have that. So what you have to do is some aircraft you can just phase out these windows entirely. I know you can kind of do it in the 350. So what you do is you go out here. You've got to have some keybinds as well, where in fact I'll show you on this. So the keyboard, if I press Alt and 1, I've just got save custom camera 1. Some of this has like autopilot off and all that. Unbind them unless you do use your keyboard, try and bind it to something else. But make sure you've got like the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for cameras 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so on and so forth. And then if I then click 1, load custom camera 1, it's just button 1. So yeah, that's that. You need to do that for all the other numbers if you really want to. I have just for simplicity's sake. So I'm out here out with the window. Some of the aircraft you'll be like in here by the window. So what you'll do, you'll come to the edge of the window, you'll click the camera page, and then co-pilot. This then phases you outside the aircraft. I don't think you, no, you can't move. So what you do is you then save that camera angle, and then if you reset your position, doesn't matter what seat you're in, and then click 1, you now phase outside and you can move around wherever you want. So now I'm going to go to where I want my view to be. So I like the angle there. And just fine tune it. So I'll then hold down Alt and 1 again to get that camera angle. Sorted. And then once I press Alt, press that again. That then teleports me into the cabin where I've selected my camera view. Same for what I've done for 2, 3, and 4. And then you can also have one to going back to the cockpit where you want to set your camera. And then I've just got a bunch of random ones here for, there's an external view. So that's how I do that. So we can go to camera angle 1 now. Rewind a little bit. And then we click play. Once again, the aircraft is moving without me touching a thing. And it's just how it was when I landed it. So no need to faff about the cameras whilst you're trying to land the thing. And then obviously once you're in external view or wherever, you can also take screenshots then. So that's that. There we go, there's touchdown. So yeah, that's it. You can also see these are my inputs that I was doing in real time with the rudder. So it does show that. I'm pretty sure it shows it on the... Yeah, it does show it on the external view with the rudder and all that, so... I forgot to mention when you can download this. So, you can download it off flightsim.to. So, and post, I realised that I gave you the wrong instructions to download this, so I'm doing a voiceover now. Whilst I'm editing this, you download it, and so you just download it to your PC, open it up into your downloads. It downloads as a zip file, as is everything on flightsim.to. You then extract that zip file. If you open it up, then there should be an execution. I don't know how to say that word. An application that you can open if you double click it, and you then install SkyDollar through that. You can then set it up, and then next time you load up Flight Sim, you load SkyDollar up with Flight Sim, and then it once you press record or hit R on your keyboard, which I just discovered, that starts recording your videos. So yeah, that's a little extra tip, so I give you the right information this time. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if it helped you at all, and we'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.